Top 5 most expensive weapons in the world. The world's military budget is in the tens of billions of dollars, and some of that money gets spent on high tech weaponry, like guided missiles and jet fighters, that cost tens of millions of dollars each. While there are plenty of military planes and tanks out there, every country likes to show off with their own unique weapons, often because they're so expensive, no one else can afford them. This list of top 5 most expensive weapons in the world includes everything from personal firearms to long range attack helicopters. No defense budget will be complete without them. When you hear a military plane overhead and it sounds like it's about to break the sound barrier, you're witnessing a veritable sound of a whopping $1 billion. The military invests billions of dollars each year to design, manufacture, and sell new technology, but just how much does each weapon cost? Put on your armor and get ready because today we are going to review the 5 most expensive weapons ever made. Top 5. The Boeing FA-18EF Super Hornet, $90.8 million. Super Hornets are beasts of a plane, a beast of a weapon, and then a beast of a price tag, coming in at $90.8 million per plane. You could give every person in San Francisco 90 bucks and still have a couple million left over. The plane weighs about 47,000 pounds fully loaded and can reach speeds up to 1,190 miles per hour. What kind of defense technology and weapons are worth $90.8 million? In addition to 11 weapon stations, the fighter jet has two wing-mounted stations that can be used to launch air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, and air-to-ground bombs. The four-fighter jet is also equipped with 20 milliliter Gatling gun that fires at an incredible 6,000 rounds per minute. Needless to say, it can do a lot of damage. In fact, the Super Hornets have not been involved in accidents or been shot at by any enemy's planes, thanks to an $82 million contract awarded to Boeing for the development of the infrared search and track systems for the fighter jet. Approximately $57.8 billion has been spent developing, researching, manufacturing, and maintaining these weapons and defense systems. Number 4. The F-35 Lightning II at $82 to $103 million. Don't you ever hear about a military airplane or warship called the Butterfly or the Sheep? This military clearly steers toward more aggressive and forceful sounding names. The F-35 Lightning II is no exception. This is a fighter jet that moves with lightning speed. It has an approximate speed of 1,200 miles per hour, with an engine thrust of 43,000 pounds. The F-35 Lightning was meant to be a cheaper alternative to other planes consisting of three planes, F-35A, B, and C. Planes range between $82 to $103 million depending on its model. All models have superior sensors and radar systems, as well as the ability to arrange weapons in an array of forms depending on mission requirements. Though these planes are low cost in comparison to others on our list, they do provide superior performance. With the F-35 Lightning, the military had to deal with a huge price tag, despite the fact that the aircraft was cheap to buy and expensive to fly. The aircraft cost approximately $45,000 to fly for 1 minute over their lifespan. Maintenance is expected to cost $350 million per aircraft, which comes to about $1 trillion for the entire fleet. Even though there are many complaints and debates over this specific plane, the price tag can justify the benefits this plane provides. For example, it does not use afterburner fuel like older fighters, which causes an enormous amount of exhaust emissions into the atmosphere. What's more, experts say that this fighter plane will be around for a very long time because it's so adaptable. Number 3. The F-22 Raptor, $200 million. This is the F-22 Raptor. Yes, it looks like something out of Star Wars. Unfortunately, it can't quite make the jump into the hyperspace, but it can reach up to Mach 2, which is nearly as cool. Despite the success of Star Wars, the F-22 Raptor, a jet priced at around $200 million per plane, should rank as one of the top of the line. Possessing the ability to produce more than thrust than any other plane in the world, the F-22's sophisticated aerodynamic design and advanced flight controls, coupled with its invisibility and radar coverage, put the F-22 ahead of its enemies, earning it the name Stealth Plane. In addition to containing radar-absorbent materials and specifically shaped surfaces, the F-22 Raptor sets the stealth aircraft title on a whole different level. That's why it looks so Star Wars. That's your answer. And naturally, a plane that is designed for stealth and attack also carries a few weapons on board, such as a 20mm cannon which can hold up to 480 rounds. Though the plane's radar range is classified, a pilot disclosed that they can have seen targets up to 320 miles away. Regardless of the validity of my claim, since I can't promise I've ever been in one of these machines, that's quite a remarkable change. Furthermore, what's even more astonishing about these jets is that each plane costs $200 million. That's a lot of money for a machine designed to drop bombs and use missiles to annihilate its enemies. A great deal of effort and resources go into producing just one jet, but it certainly looks good on paper. Let me get back to you if I found out more information about its stealth capabilities. Yes, I will. Right now, all we know is that they aren't invisible. So there goes my whole point behind buying one of these bad boys. On a serious note, if your friends start asking questions regarding who would have enough money to purchase an F-22 Raptor and why they should get one instead of everyone else, let them know you're looking into it. Number 2. The DDG-51 Destroyer, $1.843 billion. We've landed on something lower and more pleasant for those who don't like heights. It's the DDG-51 Destroyer, or the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, which cost $1.843 billion. This may seem like a ridiculous amount because it is. However, this ship is able to house over 350 service members. In order to justify its price tag, the ship carries a lot of weapons on board. Over 900 missiles can be carried on board. It is also equipped with superior defense radar and navigation equipment, as well as an advanced mine detection system. The ship also has two vertical launching systems that can launch Tomahawk missiles. Even though the ship was first built in 1991, it is still being manufactured today. Just this past year, the Navy contracted a company to build more for $4.8 billion. These ships are not made for speed, but rather toughness. They are used for Coast Guard duties and military patrol missions. They are excellent at combating surface vessels and submarines as well as aircrafts. Their armor plating is among the best in the world. Now, finally, we have reached the most expensive military weapon, the Virginia submarine, which costs $2.8 billion. Could it be a fighter jet or a boat, or a nuclear weapon? Well, if you guessed the latter, you're only partly right. Virginia-class submarines are all nuclear attack submarines. Yes, indeed. These mighty vessels are the definition of combat stores in reality. Their price reflects that, coming in at $2.8 billion per piece. When we take a look at what these submarines are packing, the price may make a little more sense. Virginia-class submarines are able to carry up to 40 different weapons at a time, two of which are vertical launching systems with Tomahawk missiles. The Virginia-class submarine is designed to have the utmost safety for its crew. It is capable of going between 25 and 30 knots, and that means that, unlike traditional ships, the range of the Virginia class is almost limitless. This submarine is only limited by food stores and periodic maintenance. Even with all those weapons, it doesn't appeal to me when underwater in a nuclear reactor and is 100 feet below sea level. With all that in mind, that's the top 5 most expensive weapons ever made. Which one do you think is the best investment? Please reply in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment.